All right, go.
What's up? This is your boy Styles here, westcoaststyles.com. And man, I got my man Chad Reed in the house. And we have a special guest in the house today. We've got the man Bishop Lamont in the house. And let me tell you something, man. Me and Bishop go back a long ways.
Yes.
We're talking like 17 years or more, baby.
More.
Yeah. Going all the way back to the West Coast Riders days when I was running West Coast Riders along with Nando and the rest of the fellas there.
Shouts out to Nando and everybody, man. Without y'all.
Man, I remember we were posting your music, I think like back in 2003, 2004, before the whole Aftermath thing even happened.
But that's the point. So I want to thank you again, because it was never about the fanfare or the allure of a major label. It's because y'all believed in me. We identified, we had the same vision to uplift the West Coast and do something new. So I love it. Thank you. But people don't know that enough. So speak on it, because they don't realize what we were doing and what y'all were creating and the opportunities with the platform that it provided. Now it's just normal for everybody to be on there, but it's like, everybody don't deserve that shine. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, people need to earn this and understand how important it is. So yeah, continue though. But salute to you, salute to Nando, everybody back in them days, because that's 20 something years ago now or more. But look how amazing that is. That was just like yesterday for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's dope.
That is dope, man. So I'm going to rewind a bit and go back a little bit to those times.
Yeah.
And give everybody kind of a history lesson here before we start shooting to some of the questions. Were you always Bishop Lamont, or did you ever have a name before that?
Every artist has a zillion rap names when they first start. Man, I had Lou Cypher. I had, it was something else I had. I think I even tried Wordsworth from the Heathcliff cartoon back in the day. There might have been another name. It was a bunch of dumb names that I'm glad I forgot. But Bishop Lamont stuck, you know what I'm saying? And Snoop gave me the last name Lamont years ago when we used to do our demos in Snoop's garage in Claremont. Shouts out to Bing, rest in peace, Creep Dog, Goldie Loke, Hit. It was Prime, G-Boy. I mean, there's so many cats. I don't want to forget nobody, but we'd be in that garage and Snoop would see us. And then one day he was like, "Cuz, you remind me of the little homie Lamont. Your name gonna be Bishop Lamont." And that was it. It's Snoop Dogg. Nigga, Snoop just said I'm Bishop Lamont. That shit sound dumb. I ain't French, but fuck it. Bishop Lamont.
Wow.
Yeah, people don't know the real history. And I saw family. That's why, it's blessings. It's fun though when people know the real. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know how far it goes back with me, with Snoop, with Daz, with Corrupt, with Nate, with that whole thing, with Warren, before there was a Dr. Dre. I didn't know Dr. Dre yet. I already knew Snoop and Nate. I knew Nate first. Here come Corrupt. Here come RBX. Here come Superfly. These are my heroes. Here come Lady of Rage. I'm seeing them in Snoop's house. They in the big studio. We in the garage. They come out there, get their beers. We just looking at them in awe. They be fucking up our recordings though. That was fun though, little niggas. But yeah, man, like the history is it's a gift, man, because I witnessed a lot of great shit. Mm-hmm.
And you'd also drive people home, right? From
man, listen. I'm sorry, you're supposed to be asking the questions, but this is me and you talking. But
yeah, that's fine.
That'd be nice for Snoop be so tired, and he would have me drive Trey D and the other big homie, Big Fave, home in my little, either the old Nissan Maxima 85 with the terrible tequila gold paint job, or the Mazda Protege, the gold one. And Trady had the big curl back then still, and that shit hitting the roof of my car. Like, both these dudes is like 250, 260, whatever. And they filling up my front seat and my back seat. With them the days, and Snoop would give me gas money to be, go buy Burger King on the way down, like whatever. But that's how we rolled. Or watching Corday. Man, when he was a baby, you know what I mean? Like we go back. That's why it's so important, you know what I mean? To uphold the legacy. Prayers up for Mama Broadus, for Mrs. Broadus. It's just dope shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's history, man. Watching Uncle Junebug, Dirty Left, like, yeah, it's fun, man. It's a different thing. I miss Nate so much because we didn't even get a chance like to really crack the menu at Warren's. We'd be out there recording. Nate pull up and be on some madness, and we trying to make us listen to all his songs. Niggas do not want to hear a whole Nate Dogg songs, right? Like Warren be like, whatever. I'd sit there because it's Nate Dogg. He gave me the opportunity to humor me, but it'd be bomb. But it's like, we got a few songs sitting on some hard drives I hope I can find. But anyway, back to the interview. You just made me go down memory lane.
It's all right. Yeah. It's all right.
I'm
taking people down memory lane for a bit. Just history that some people don't know. You know, so I think it's important to cover it. But even though you were rolling with Snoop and the crew and all them, it was actually DJ Quick who actually was the first to just really try to put your music on. I remember hearing Quick saying that he was telling Big Boy about you, you know, and other people saying, hey, you know, Bishop Lamont is the one, you know, back in the day. So that was pretty cool knowing that you had legends like that.
I mean, I gotta get it right though. Like I want to get it right though. Even before, shouts out to OG David, aka DJ Quick. Even before that, Dub C was one of the first ones to call in on the beat when I be freestyling. So I gotta put it in this proper order. I think Dub C was the first one he called into the beat one night after he'd heard my freestyle or a drop I did for Erica Beachy and K-Slide. See, we talking back in the day. When Mo, you know what I mean? Shouts out to Mo Dave, Dorsey Fuller, everybody when the beat was the beat. But Dub C reached out to me and told me how dope I was. Then Fuzzy Fantabulous of Power 106 was who let Quick know about me. See, because without Big Boy, without Fuzzy, without Mr. Chalk, C minus, the Fantastic Four, like it's a lot of shit that you got to make sure the history is right on who blessed me. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say that because it's like Power 106 embraced me. The beat embraced me first. Like they believed, and so these cats started rallying. Like even Master P showed me love. Like I was watching. I got the hookup right now with my wife. Remember when I got to do stunt work on that, and I did like all kind of behind the scenes work. I was paying my dues, but because of my martial arts teachers, Mr. LaFleur, and Master P, they gave me an opportunity in my first movie. Wow. I got to see that in the theater. I got to hook up. I'm a part of history. And that's what it is. That's why I got to reach out to P. Like Master P, Mia X is so many people that blessed me back then, and you never correlate that. You know what I'm saying? What's that about? No, they gave me opportunities. F. Gary Gray gave me an early opportunity because of my martial arts teacher, Usani Lam. Shouts out to the Elam family. I'm rappelling off the side of the buildings in a TV show. Y'all probably didn't even know it was me. But that's the kind of opportunities. Crashing cars with my big homie. You know, I'm doing the stunt double shit. But paying your dues to such a level to really earn your opportunity in this whole thing. That's what it's always been about for me, and making sure people get their proper credit.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's always missing from this experience is acknowledging those who paved the way and sacrificed everything because they believed in me. They believed in you. It took some people. And so that's what I want to make sure we get the record straight.
Yeah, definitely.
Message. Yeah.
Well, I miss hearing that. I remember when we used to talk all the time. You'd say that, you drop something deep, and then say that. Let's out of Don't Be a Menace, and I was like, oh, I love that. So it's great to hear you still saying that.
Come on, brother. I don't change. I just get better with this. And it's about that. That's always been the goal of the Bishop Lamont brand, and my purpose is to inspire and uplift, and then guide people in a true direction, in the sense of artistry, and you as a human being, you as a representation of hip hop in its next form. Like we gotta really do it right or don't do it, because I've seen this thing change people's lives. It continues to change my life. It's changed all our lives. The world where it is now needs it more than ever. People listen to hip hop more than any fucking thing else. So let's put more into it for the people. That's always been my mission. It'll never change.
Definitely. Chad, why don't you go ahead and start firing off?
We know each other. Talk that shit. Yeah, come on, man. It's us.
Okay, well, you know, if you want, hold on, Chad. If you want, all right, let's talk that shit.
Talk that shit. It's us, bro. It's energy. It's love. We gotta get the people the real. We ain't personas. We really us. Like what?
You know, okay. After all that, all right, I was blessed to be a part of what you and Glasses Malone were doing.
You
You
still
guys were
are.
doing, yeah, but I'm talking about at that time though. The New West was, you guys were trying to, trying to band together, rise up, put other new artists on,
And we did.
uh, you know, and that was a blessing to me because I got a chance to put a lot of guys on through that.
Now stop right there, Tim. Most people don't know that. So let's say that again. We started to New West to empower everybody. I never looked at it as a positioning game for myself to have ultimate power. I looked at it as an opportunity to open up a new wave and give all these individuals a voice when it was not happening on the West Coast. They would play the East Coast, they would play the South, they would play the Midwest. We were strangely invisible except for the mainstream components. So for me, it was like, how can we rally? And I remember just having this conversation with the big homie Chill and Montage on their show a few months ago. He said, in the beginning, see, we got it twisted because we thought you had something against the older heads. I said, no. I said, New West represents anybody that never got their fair shot. They could be 60 fucking years old. If you got that sauce and you dope, let's go. And that's what we did. And that's what people never say correctly. We put on a lot of people. I go up to those radio stations and annoy the fuck out of them so they would have meetings with all these underground West Coast artists that they might be afraid of to have in the room otherwise. And you can ask Big Y about this. You can ask Kiki Loco about this. You can ask a lot of them what we were doing. And that's why I'm so elated when I look back on it, because we accomplished that goal. And then it kept happening because even when we were working on Detox at times, I'd hit Top Dog. I got J Rock to come through. And when Kendrick was still K-Dot, we got everybody under one roof working on Detox. So I know what we achieved, because then to see them do it at TDE when I used to see Top Dog and them up at Warner Brothers all the time going through the nonsense. So I know what it is to achieve it. And I love seeing the good guys win. Yeah. And we gotta have that going.
I think the unfortunate thing is that it turned into the old versus the new, and then people started talking and getting mad and all this stuff, and
we have to learn though. We have to learn though, because those will be the devices and the tricks to cause division. There were people who had selfish intentions, and I don't need to expose them. They know who they are, and they've rectified themselves quietly in conversations with me personally. So we're good. But don't block the blessings of others. Don't stop other people from shining. No one can say when you're ready. No one has the right to say when it's your time. That's between you, God, and the universe. So that's what I was after. So when we went through that and it started to get negative, we needed that though. Because a lot of people, ass whoopings build character. I will always believe in that. Ass whoopings build good character. And there has to be a lot of humbling, and there has to be unrest, because discomfort is what creates the new space. And so in those times, that's what I hated the most, because the message got misconstrued, and the message was created on purpose to be negative, to stop us and make our OGs think we had something against them. How are we gonna have something against you when we look up to you? But if your business practices are wrong and the major labels are wrong, how can there be any betterment and improvement for the next generations if we're doing the same mistakes y'all made, but it's costing us more in our pockets?
Yeah.
I'm not with that shit.
One of my best memories is interviewing you and Glasses Malone on the Black Wall Street area, the Brazil.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
In Compton. I had you guys right on the video interview, and then Glasses is pulling out all the CDs from all the people that supposedly had beef with y'all. And he's like, man, I'm listening to you. I'm buying your records. And I'm doing the, that was a cool moment. I'll never forget that time.
We kept telling the truth. That's why I didn't give a fuck. And then I'm ready to fight at the drop of a hat, because it's the truth. God gonna turn my fist into all the power and make your face in the juice. That's why I never gave a fuck. It was like, yo, we right. And niggas is just trying to hate. And I'm not gonna have that after we paid our dues. And I believe in a greater vision that's bigger than myself. So y'all not gonna stop this. And that's what it was about, because it was so many cats from the old school generations that were championing us quietly. You understand me? So out of respect, I don't say that, but I know what we did. And I know the risk we took. And I know how orchestrated I did that thing, because everybody came on and we crushed shit. Yes. And we got to keep crushing shit. That's why I don't care about the credit, because those that were there witnessed it. So I never care about talking about it. So people always got me kind of misconstrued of who I really was and what my purpose was. And then I was only seen as, oh, he with Dr. Dre. I knew Dre way before that, but it's not about that. And why we saw eye to eye and continue to be on that level is because he saw what I would eventually see. And that's why we meet on that level, because it's bigger than one man. But these cats, some are more consumed with the self-reflection and seeing everybody shine together. And I will never stand for that. That's why I do what I do when I do it, and I'm gone, because the real work is with people in real life. Souls are the currency, not you filling your bank account up and taking advantage of people and lying to people and continue to run hip hop into the ground. I'm not going to stand for it. There's no money that can be paid to take away something that's continuously changed the world, uplifted so many people out of poverty, incarceration, despair. Nah, we stand for something bigger, baby. That's it. Message, but continue. I love telling the truth. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. And that video interview, it served so many purposes. You know what I mean? It broke down what you guys stood for, and it was giving the OGs a message at the same time.
And it sank in.
and you were also on Games Turf, at a time when
let's make that clear. It's not even about Games Turf. Game is family too. That's why the nonsense of when shit becomes Hollywood, I don't participate. Big Face is my brother. Game is my brother. B-Fly is my sister. His mom is like my mom. His mom and my mom would go on vacation with Brandy's mom or whoever. How we gonna hate? How we gonna hate each other? And that's where the wrestling energy of hip hop and the industry will create that, because then they'll try to manifest an energy of, oh no, if he comes, you can't win. Remember when Gorilla Black and Game were beefing? Who was in the middle of that trying to piece it out? I said it on songs, on My Inheritance. Everything is already cataloged to the truth. That's why it never resulted in violence, except for where it needed to with individuals that got too loose with their mouths. But I never wanted to do nothing to Game like that. I love him. Sadly, cats would think otherwise. I don't play them fake rap games. I don't believe in that. If it's real, guess what? We'll privately handle it. You understand me? I always went and saw people privately. I didn't promote fighting people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, yo, if it happened, only them and me know it happened, and I won. But anyway, that's how we keep it going. But it was love, so we don't. That's why I love dispelling all that nonsense. But when stuff started moving so fast, I'm 25, 26. I ain't got no patience, so I'm angry as fuck. So I'm like, fuck that, and then I'm on some nonsense. But God, God is good and kept me through it. But it's just a point of always trying to represent love. That was the focus for me, even when I had to spin out and do a couple of ignorant things. But you live and you learn.
Hey, it's all part of our history,
Yeah, just like with DJ Strong, with that situation that happened when he bootlegged me and Warriors thing. I should have handled it differently. Oh my God,
that video.
I should have handled it differently. But listen, I'm hurt
Tajay
because
was crazy.
Yo, shouts out to Tajay, to D, to Ace, everybody that came with me that did some crazy shit that day on camera. See how crazy we are? Yeah. But we wanted to make an example. I remember when Tupac ran up on the bootleggers in New York. He checked them niggas. That meant a lot to me. And I'm like, yo, you trying to fuck this shit up for everybody. Like, look, what I look like being put on Mac 10 and Dre on Ice Cube's body. That wasn't the cover for that album, for that thing. You understand? I was mad. Have you ever looked at the body? It don't even match my skin tone. Go back and look at that cover. Remember with the black on and the W's with me and Dre head? That's why I was mad. Like, don't fuck up our art. Don't play us. Let's do things together and do things right. And again, you see where your heart is in it too much and you can make mistakes. But God bless that. I didn't get arrested. Because I was right, but I was wrong in my approach. But my intentions were pure, so God saw me through. True story.
Yeah. Woo!
I was sweating bullets when the police came by. Y'all know that part. But anyway,
that part wasn't on camera, but
nah. But if you go back to the video, hey, when you go back to the video, look when I slide the gate closed, because I knew the police was approaching. So you gotta know what you're doing. My boy
Wow.
Mike, shouts out to my boy Mike Stroh. He lived right there. A street. No. I think he lived on the same street. So I knew how the police rolled back and forth. So I knew my timing. You understand me? Bless. Shouts out to Battle Cat too. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Wow.
I ain't thought about that in years. That's fun. Thank you, sir.
Amazing. Yeah, now that you mentioned Battle Cat, he was also another one of a big supporter of yours. He would always try to put you and Glasses Malone out there on Front Street when talking about artists and things like that. So that was another cool thing. Battle Cat having
everybody on Front Street, man. Because if it wasn't for Mike Stroh, I would have never met Glasses. I want to make sure the history of things is correct. Mike Stroh said, "I got this cat named Glasses." I wouldn't have listened to it if it wasn't for Mike Stroh. I'm not listening. I want to see Mike Stroh shine. He said, nah, he ready. I'm not ready yet. And that's why I put that energy behind Glasses like that. Or that energy would have been on Mike Stroh until I would have encountered Glasses. I'm sure I would have, because he was moving, but Mike Stroh, because Cat is the big homie. That's Mr. President. I call him Mr. President to this day. He always had time for me, just like OG Domino. I still got to get Domino on the joint. OG Domino, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of cats blessed me early on.
Wow, it's dope.
That's why it ain't no hate of the. That's why I'm like, yo, what y'all trying to say? Stop it. I'm not hating on nobody. Even niggas that hate on me, I still got love for them, because they not better than me. That's why they got issues.
Yeah.
You feel a certain way because I'm more talented. All right, that's your personal problems. My thing is to really represent hip hop, uplift people, and take this to somewhere it's never been before. That was always my intention, and to find a better business model where we can empower people. And that's what I learned from watching Backstage. Shouts out to Dame Dash, who has always been a hidden gem and blessing in my life. When I would go see him, when he'd be out here behind the Beverly Hills Hotel, he had this fly crib mansion up in Beverly Hills, and he'd take time to see me and advise me business-wise always, because he was one of the cats that wanted to sign me during the bid war, but Rockefeller was falling apart. He had Dame Dash Music Group. It's a lot of things cats don't know. Shouts out to Jermaine Dupri. Shouts out to Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was like, yo, I know you getting signed by Dre or whatever, but I still want to meet you and see if I can put my bid in. So I still got to do some music with Jermaine Dupri. It's a lot of cats that just believed in me, man, that reached out.
I remember the bidding wars.
I remember.
I remember reporting on the bid, hearing the rumors going, "Hey, so and so's interested in Bishop Mom," and that would make Dre and them even try to sign you even more.
Exactly. And then thanks to Big Boy and Fuzzy and Dre for going on Power, because I forgot about like when I gave him the demo. I didn't know if niggas gonna listen to it or not. I was just trying to make up for the time being there, because we broke onto the set. We escaped security. We could have got arrested. Make it count. That's what happened. Then go to New York. Boom. Here's Sony, bidding war. I got to be with Clive Davis. Like, I met Clive Davis years ago, being a driver and a PA for Whitney Houston on My Love Is Your Love and working for Wyclef. See, niggas won't know that.
Wow.
They don't know about paying dues. I paid dues, so I don't give a fuck what nobody say, because I was places you would never be. I got to hang with Whitney Houston, Wyclef, and Bobby Brown. My Love Is Your Love on Universal Studios lot. I was a kid. I used to come there on the tram and dream about working there. Then however many years later, there I am, the same places I saw, I imagined myself. So that's why I'm like, yo, I owe that to Wyclef. I wish Whitney was still alive. Bobby is, so I'm like, yo, I gotta find Bobby. Like, these are people that touched my life as a young kid coming up. Like, wow, it's real. You can.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? Like, that's fly. Praz was the same way. Praz showed me love. How could I not be a Fugees fan forever? Lauren, like, so I'm like, man, come on, man. This is what it's about for me. So when they try to slander me, I'll be like, nigga, you know I'm a disciple of this shit? Ask most niggas in Wu-Tang. They know who I am because that's how much I love this shit. I was there. Unity shows, Bigger B, rest in peace. I was there. Most niggas wasn't. Niggas wasn't at Project Blowed. Niggas wasn't at Good Life. That's how I know all these legends, because I paid my dues. Elements. Where was you niggas at? I didn't see y'all at this ciphering. You see what I'm saying? Pay your dues. How many sets did you work on for nothing? How many Hype Williams videos did you work on and he didn't pay you? I ain't hating on Hype, but he was trying to save his money for Belly. Anyway.
Wow.
Understand? I still got the worksheets from those days. Like I got to work on the Dangerous video with Busta Rhymes and Spliff Star on my birthday, a Hype Williams video. My instructor Usam, remember when he's playing Show Enough and fighting himself?
Mhm.
That's my teacher and my big homie Usani Lam doing all that fighting shit with him. I got to be right there and do stunt safety, fight choreography. I was there. I saw Busta Rhymes. I knew Busta Rhymes before I became who I am now. You see what I'm saying? Spliff Star be like, yo, have a seat. He showed me love. He give me advice. He played me his album. You can't never front on these cats. Doing street work for Nori on the NRE, Niggas on the Run Eating album. I'm outside with the picket signs. Never. That's Capone and Noriega. That's forever. So how much must be paid? That's all I'm saying. That's why I said this interview gonna be long, but it's like y'all can't even play like that. You know what I'm saying? When cats try to, that's the thing I want to tell artists out there. Don't fall into the headlines. Don't give a fuck about what nobody says except the people that are telling the truth, that know you and know what your purpose is. Because the moment you put your heart out there, your art out there, there's a target on you. And especially when you're telling the truth and your intentions are bigger than self-fulfillment. It's about impacting the world. It's about hitting people in their brains and their hearts with a spark. Protect that at all costs. Always be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to others. You'll always fly right. But the moment you try to please other people or believe what they're writing, because they're intentionally writing it to make you change your mind about how you feel about yourself and your gift, don't fall for it. And that's what I learned from that. Because once you put your heart out there to the world, get ready for it. But it's an honor because that's how many feathers you ruffled in the right way. And so that's always tell people, stick to your guns, stay to the truth, see it through. And people will see in time who was right.
Yeah. Who's all? How many labels tried to sign you? Was in that bidding war that you can remember?
All of them. I remember sitting with Mike Karen from Atlantic. I remember meeting Little Kim with another huge exec. This was man, it's so many stories. I remember being in New York with Clive Davis. He falling asleep at the table while everybody else is listening to the music.
Oh, wow.
You're like, yo, but he was tired. He's older, but it's like, he don't know about hip hop, but everybody telling him about me. And back to that story. I was a driver and I met Clive Davis. I had to go pick him up from wherever he got dropped off. I pick up Clive Davis in the car. He started talking in the back seat like, yeah, I just had dinner with Spielberg here. I heard that shit. I said, oh shit, sir, are you Clive Davis? He said, yes, I am. Now, this is years before I would have the bidding. I'd have the bidding war and be sitting in Clive Davis' office with him. And so I said, is there any advice you can give an up and coming artist? He said, you're doing it because if you're here having this conversation with me in the car, you're on your way. I drove him to set, brought him over to Whitney Houston. That shit was a dream. To be in the presence of him and Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, stop it. Then Wyclef walk over. Come on, I'm in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Word. That's the blessing. So flash forward, we sit in the meeting. He trying to sign me. They offering shit I never seen before. You know what I mean? But I'm like, $1 million, okay, going up, okay. But the money never moved me and it never will. So that's why I thought the best way, I said, yo, Mario is over here, Alicia Keys is over here. I think at the time, Cassius, not Cassius, what was his name? From the East Coast. That was over there. That was signed
Cassidy?
over there. Remember? Cassidy, thank you. Shouts out to my brother Cassius. I ain't trying to mistake people. So I said maybe it'll work, but it wasn't right. Because remember that R. Kelly single? I was like, yo, I don't want them to make me corny. So I had to pass on that. Sony came. I mean, it was every label, bro, but I didn't care because I was like, I needed to be right because I needed a label deal. All I wanted to do was secure a position to keep putting people out. I've never been infatuated with center stage, the limelight, all that bullshit, fame. I just want people to do the work and make their lives better, change the world, and do some fucking beauty, do some fun, do some art. This is ours. Don't let people take hip hop from us. We keep losing every art form. Yeah. They almost took it from us, but here we are. So it's like, yo, let's That's always been my mission. So it's never about being a superstar or a star or famous. I'm here to be a catalyst. I'm here to be on some Underground Railroad shit and find a way to get people through. And so
and that is how you were able to form Diocese.
Diocese was one of the ideas in the beginning, but it was still like, I'm still trying to do this thing. And so Dre, I think when we left the Clive Davis meeting, my bro Angelo popped out of nowhere on the street, like on some secret squirrel shit. It was right there. It was like, Dre's on the phone. I swear it was some weird shit. He's like, yo, like, just come back. I make your offer you can't refuse. That's how that shit happened. It was very unreal. It was surreal as fuck. But we made so much noise in New York. I went everywhere. I remember sleeping. Shouts out to Red Spider. Niggas don't know. I was even homeless in New York. I didn't have a hotel to stay at. I just went out there on a dream.
Wow.
And I slept in Red Spider's vocal booth like 2 nights while hustling. I was charging my phone in hotel lobbies and just finding my way in New York. It was my first time in New York. And that's what people don't know about. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really go for it. And I think, man, I can't think of my man's name. Who Kid was coming through. This is before, what's his name, took over Atlantic. Was it G Robertson? I don't want to get nobody's name wrong, but it was a lot of the heavy hitters before they became who they are now. We were all together, but taking those risks. I remember Remy Ma coming over there. It's a lot of fly shit back then the cats don't know about, man, but we paid our dues and I ran wild through New York. Shouts out to Justo. Rest in peace to Justo. I was there for the Justo Mixtape Awards. I was there.
I remember Justo, yeah.
I was there. Speak the men and women's names who paved the way. I got to be at a Justo Mixtape Awards. You understand? I got to be at a block party with DJ Clark Kent, with Ed Lover from Dr. Dre and Ed Lover. They be like, the other Dr. Dre, nigga from the East Coast.
Yo, MTV Raps, Dre.
No, you know what I'm saying? So, but continue. This is fun for me, man. But it's like, I lived it and I saw it and we achieved it and I earned that. It's hard to earn respect, especially at that time in New York for us on the West Coast. Raz had been out there, a few brothers had been out there and put it down, but Raz has always been that exception because he's a fucking alien. But for me coming out there, I was like, damn, like I gotta really make sure they respect the West Coast, and they did. You know what I mean? And that's all I care about. I went from borough to borough. I went everywhere, earning that respect and being received properly. You know what I'm saying? I even met with Sylvia Rome, Poke and Tone of Trackmasters. I gotta find them because they supreme. But yeah, even with OG Sylvia Rome, people don't know who Sylvia Rome is. Google. You have people that, man, they're just phenomenal in this business, and I studied it. I continue to study it, and a lot of these people remain great advisors for me. But there has to be a sharing of the responsibilities and the education and the real wherewithal of how we need to conduct ourselves in this hip hop as a culture, as a community, and then how we should move forward business-wise, because the business acumen is wrong. People are too busy thinking it's crabs in a barrel. First off, nigga, crabs ain't born in a barrel. Crabs is in the ocean, nigga, and they're kicking it. So stop saying crabs in a barrel.
That's not natural for them.
That's not natural, so stop saying that's what it is. Give people that freedom to create and decide for themselves, because the market is large enough for everyone. So when we stop thinking I got to take him out for me to have success, watch the difference. That's what I'm on and always have been on. So
for sure.
That's all we focused on. Yeah.
Chad, would you like to weigh in?
Sure. Given all the wisdom you've acquired over the years, you know,
I don't know shit. I'm joking. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Given all the wisdom that you've acquired and the experiences you've had, do you have a preference in today's marketplace? To say, like, if an artist came to you and said, I have an option to go the indie route or the major route, would you strongly direct them in one of those two directions, or are there pros and cons to both?
I'll preface it with this, and that's the great way you said it. There's pros and cons to whatever you do. Mm-hmm. But the most important part is you have to know who you are yourself as an individual. A lot of people will see certain artists. We'll start with Master P, because Master P needs to be spoken on. Master P, look what he did from the streets to where he took it and continues to take it as an owner. Master P is a master. First, a master of self, and then a master of everything in his universe. I witnessed it firsthand. So then you have another individual like E40. Shouts out to E40, who did it from his trunk and is full owner of everything he does. Still, he was doing this shit in the 80s, Too Short. Look at the way these brothers build it, but they see these cats and think, well, if they did it, I can do it. But you might not have the same hustle mentality. Just like looking at a Dame Dash, a Biggs, and a Jay-Z. Looking at who else was crazy, like Suave House, Tony Draper. But if you're not into that business kind of mindset, and you're more of a person who needs help with all these things, then feel free signing to a major label. But for somebody who already knows who they are and they see it, they have a vision, and they're into doing all the work themselves, then I suggest indie. Mm-hmm. So it's just about what road works best for you. But a lot of people get caught up in the popularity and pizzazz of these statements. I'm an owner, I'm a CEO, I'm this and that. And they just go subscribe to these titles and put them on their screen, but didn't do any of the work to know them, to learn them, to pick up that skill set. So that's why I say, figure out who you are first. Mm-hmm. I remember it from a Dave Chappelle interview. Shouts out to Dave, everybody over there, because I love what they're doing at the Miracle Mile. Kweli, Most, I mean, y'all seen Bay. Let me get it right. That kind of energy is what's necessary. But these cats want to act like they owners, but don't want to do owner work. They don't want to spend the time. Just like Dame Dash said, you asking another nigga for money? He your daddy? So it's like if you're your own man or woman, then go indie. If you don't think you have it and you'd rather have people put those things into place for you, then traverse that terrain, but at least do the knowledge on what it looks like to sign to a major. Mm-hmm. People don't want to do that work. They just want to set up a SoundCloud or whatever. I'm on IG, I'm on TikTok, or my music is popping. No, but you didn't do the real work to understand, how does royalties work? What are points? Publishing? Keep going. Ownership of your name, your intellectual properties. How do you recoup? What's black compared to red? How is it going to work? You don't know this shit, so why would you jump into it? It's like, how many times you go into the bank and successfully got a loan? Why would you attempt it if you don't know what you're doing? So mm-hmm. People have to realize the contracts that they're entering into when they want to pursue their dream. You're going into environments that are not made to save you or help you. These environments are made to use you. And so you have to come into it understanding your own value, having integrity, having self-respect. If you have those and a clear vision of who you are supposed to be and what you feel most true in your heart, they will respect it or they will disrespect it. And in that moment, you move the fuck on. Because Dave Chappelle said it. That's why I brought up Dave. He said, my dad told me, everyone has a price. It's not verbatim how I'm saying it, but pretty much on point. Mm-hmm. If it's past that price, get out. Everybody has a price or what they will deal with, where they'll make concessions, and you have to know what's right for you. If it feels wrong, it's wrong. Trust your gut. I've always trusted my gut. The times I didn't is when I failed. So I stand on that square. Only in truth and then decide your own path, but remain true to that path, because the moment you become a hypocrite, you've let down everybody that believed in you. Message.
That's what's up. From an artistic standpoint, what's the biggest change you've noticed in yourself as an artist from when you started to now?
The same thing with Dre. I remember it's funny because Dre was telling me this when I was in my 20s and then in my 30s at times when I go see him at the studio, even when I was no longer on the label. So it's fun when niggas don't know how we get down. It's like it's love. But he be telling me, he's like, no, you'll see. When you get in your 40s, like stuff gonna change. Like it's and he was giving me all this game, and it all came to fruition about how you like to do your music. And I remember writing the most dirty shit for him back then. He's like, nah. I'm in my 40s. I can't rap like this. And I'm like, no, but that's how you used to rap, and it's nasty. It's fire. He was like, nah, that's you going, like, I was saying the most ridiculous shit he used to say, but worse. That's why this shit would make him cringe. And then the big homie Lonnie be like, nah, like Young Bishop, that's not how the good doctor want to sound. Dre don't want to sound like you going too crazy. I said, that's what the niggas want. That's how I get down. But it's like, so for me, being married, being a father, being 42, just coming into yourself with more maturity, and when you grow, you start to cringe at the shit you used to do, and you should if it's wrong. But you know, that's what happens with not knowing, with ignorance. So for me now, knowing better is doing better. There's always a way that I carried myself even when I was young, and so that has remained with me. But I'm way more clear and concise on making sure my message is received thoroughly. Before I just like, fuck that shit, get it or don't. But now I understand some people need an introduction to what I'm doing. I'm always thinking whoever's with me already been with me. So now I just really adjust my scope to welcome people more into something that is a soundtrack to real life and involves all of us, even those that might hate us for the complexion of our skin, for our sexual preference, for our religious choices, for whoever we are. I want everybody to get a sliver of the truth, get a sliver of themselves. And that's where my perspective is. The music, what I learned from Dre and Quick and Battle Cat, and shouts out to Rance 1500, all these cats. I know Scoop, the Avila brothers. I know everybody, but it's a blessing because these brothers are amazing. But understanding frequencies, and that there are a lot of negative frequencies that are intentionally put out in the music. I have to make sure that everything we do is in proper vibrations. Everything is blessed to heal and uplift, especially in these times. When I grew up on Michael Jackson, Jackson 5 music. I grew up on Earth, Wind, and Fire. I grew up on Al Green. How can we not put love and happiness into the music? It can't just be destruction. That's all they seeing in the world. So for me, it's like, that's what I always did from the jump. Every album, even though we had to disguise them as street albums to beat the contract, every album we put out, it was blessings. It was information that has resonated and remained the test of time. You can go back and listen to them albums right now and everything sits. And that's the beauty of it. Most people don't know I'm a nerd, but Einstein, when you look at scientific methods, like my wife was talking about it, keep working at that until you're disproven. But my equations have stood the test of time because they were tempered to do that. And because I believe in the truth, I believe in servitude, I believe in the power of music, because that's what Michael Jackson gave me. So we're supposed to continue that power. We're supposed to, you know, I mean, rest in peace to DMX. It's stupid that we got to say rest in peace to DMX. He should still be here. But when you listen to DMX's music, that's what inspired me. When you listen to Pop, that's what inspired me. Biggie, Big L, like wherever you want to go, there's this passion and this power. ODB changed my life. Hearing Shimmy Shimmy Y'all, hearing Mysteries of Chess Boxing, like, you gotta love this shit, man. You gotta really respect this shit, man, because it's a gift, man. Don't swindle it. Don't cheapen it. So many people sacrifice for this. So many people didn't get their credit. I mean, it's people, like, man, people died for this music. Let's bless it. Let's bless it. Lift people up. That's how my music, especially now with Just Don't Die. Only reason I'm doing this because it's necessary. Other than that, I love being domestic. I love being corny. I'm married. I'm a father. I'm a servant. I'm about my community, activism, looking for real solutions for the disenfranchised and those without homes, because it's even more so out here in LA. In my other work, seldom people knew, I was a case manager for Christ-Centered Ministries, and I had over 22 clients that were victims of sex trafficking, homeless, or coming straight out of prison. So my work is real, always fucking has been. That's all I care about. So that's the scope of the music, and creating something that can have charities attached to it, NFTs, different versions of the song, so it can create revenue streams for different artists from different genres. I'm working a lot with a lot of classic artists too, that have been blessings and inspiration and advisors to me since I started. So for me at this point, let's figure out how to use hip hop for us, for the people, not for the fucking corporations. But there are people in the corporations that are on our side, but they got to play spook by the door. But where hip hop needs to be mostly is where it started from. And that's in the streets, that's in our hearts, and that's in the people that are really taking the risk and can change this world. That's speaking to you, gentlemen. So like,
thank you.
That's what we've been doing. That's why I'm like, you know, we got work to do, man. We can't stop until our heartbeats stop, and the work carries on. But it's like, give these babies, give these people something to believe in again, because you see the world burning down around our ears, but niggas want to keep shoving dumbass songs down your throat about balling. How you gonna ball if the economy drops out? How you gonna be going lovely places if World War III starts? Stop lying to people. Stop deceiving people. Let's put energy in front of them and truth in front of them and give them the choice to choose. And we still can party, but y'all better prepare for some real shit, because you see what's going on in the world. How we gonna honor Michael Jackson, or say a Curtis Mayfield or a Marvin Gaye or a Prince, but your music don't reflect that kind of shit? Be it Sign of the Times or 1999, whatever you want to say. What music is really touching the people and making people think twice about the choices they're making and uplifting their lives? Is your music reaching brothers incarcerated? And that can be in detention centers or prisons. Is your music helping anybody? If it's not, shut the fuck up. That's all I say.
No, man, one of my favorite things, most memorable experiences of connecting with you from back in the day was when my friend who was a teacher was doing a poetry unit, and I expressed that to you, and you got Mopreem Shakur on the phone, and
Yes,
we
sir.
did a speakerphone with an entire classroom of middle school age, elementary school age kids. And you guys talked to them about poetry and Tupac and just the power of words and the power of having a positive effect on the community. And like, that's what's up, man. I mean, there's all the Billboard stuff and the big name stuff you were talking about earlier, and that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. But I mean, you definitely, talk the talk, but even more importantly, sir, you walk the walk. And so
Thank you for remembering that, bro. Shouts out to Mopreem Shakur. We do so much of that, and I got to start speaking at university. So Muhammad Ali is one of my greatest influences, one of my personal heroes. I wish I would have got to meet him. But for me, Muhammad Ali's greatest work was outside of the ring. And so for me, my greatest work is outside of the ring. And it's being able to go into classrooms. It's being able to go into the streets. It's being able to raise money for the disenfranchised and the homeless, have food drives. We've been there, me, my mother, my daughter, a lot of people on Sundays making lunches and dropping them off at the churches, or going directly to Skid Row. These are the things that are important to me. Even working at the Boyd Heights Technical Youth Center, we did that for 4 to 5 years. Shouts out to Mikhail. We had a music program, and so the kids sitting over there were in a very precarious and dangerous environment. And for somebody that looked like me, they ain't really fuck with niggas over there. Let's just keep it real. It's a lot of shit that happens over there, but they saw my heart. There was days I'd have to have my gun in the car, but I was over there being Joe Clark. Wow. I wanted those kids to be safe. Like literally right on the corner, somebody got murdered. I wanted the kids to have somewhere to go if they couldn't go home safely at night, because maybe it wasn't safe at home, or their parents were abusive, or maybe the neighborhood wasn't safe to walk at that time. So we give them shelter until like 7, 8 at night. We take some kids home. We teach them how to engineer, how to sing, how to rap, how to produce, how to play instruments, or just tell me what the fuck is going on with you. You can level with me. And so
if I could jump in real quick, I just want to let people know about, man, I remember meeting you out like in the Pico district, and you were at a youth center teaching kids how to record, how to engineer. I mean, you had a class there, and there was borrowed equipment. I remember the equipment there was like donated, but you were there teaching Hispanic youth in the messed up Pico district area. And you were there teaching, and that was real. That was
and they don't know about none of that, and they don't need to. See, we talk about it now because brothers that know what's dear to my heart. They'll try to make Bishop Lamont sound like something else. Now y'all niggas don't know me. People that know me see me where my heart is, and it's with the babies. And it's like, it's black and brown, it's whatever, it's Asian, it's whatever the fuck you are, because I see souls. I don't see race. Race is make-believe. That's another construct to divide people. There are only souls. And so that's all I cared about. And that's why black and brown, Asian, white ain't even real. Let's stop it. What is that? But it's just people. And so for me, being able to impact these children's lives at these times, meant the world to me and continues to. Like, shouts out to my sister's side. Me and Black Thought, aka Tariq, had did this thing for Young Kings, which was an online school thing. And we had, I forget how many students working in different groups to create their music and it's beautiful doing shit like that. And then and you should see their eyes. Because like if they just see it on videos or hear on the radio, they gonna think we can't be touched. We ain't nothing. We just somebody that believed in themselves and took the wherewithal to see our dreams all the way through to fruition. And that's what I want people to understand. Stop thinking you're not enough. The moment you give yourself permission to be worthy, everything can be yours. That's right for you and blessed for you. Stop thinking that this thing is far removed from you. That's the trickery and the misgivings of Hollywood, or as I call it, Hollyweird. They want to shame people. They want to body shame. They want to make you feel bad. They want to make you question yourself. But without you, they wouldn't have a machine to run. So you have to realize your own self-worth and your greatness, and let that amplify everything else. And so that's what I've done through demonstration, and will continue to do so. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I love that.
I just wanted people to know that, you know, because you know that's like unseen work. You know, you're not broadcasting it or
because I don't want no attention for it. I want the babies. I want the teachers. I want the students. I want the parents. I want the other people that volunteered, that risked their lives, that put their last into it. That's who it's for. Because I'm not even there as Bishop Lamont. I'm there as Philip Brandon Martin. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's important to me. Because when Philip was coming up, all he had was hip hop. All he had was those people that want to come into my life and say, you can be somebody.
Yeah. And you know, and that area, the Pico area, very dangerous. I remember people were, when I was leaving, people were like, let me walk you to your car to make sure you get there safe. That's how you know it was.
And that's why it's so important, because that's why, like, you know, they be like, yo, like this shit is real. Like, I grew up in the streets. That's why I know so many individuals from so many hoods, but I ain't never been put on, you understand? But I'm good in every fucking hood. How can you walk around in these places with that kind of danger and death? And that's God, and that's faith in oneself. And, you know, I walked through the valley of death. I have my shit. I have my popper stopper, but thankfully I never had to use it. The last thing I want to do is harm somebody. I'd rather turn your face into Jamba Juice. You know what I'm saying? You can wake up from that. But that was the risk. That was the risk. That was the same thing in Grow Up. We used to be out there rhyming and shit. Niggas start shooting. We not even thinking. We go right back to freestyling on the same spot where a nigga just, like, it could have happened. So for me, that is our reality. So for these kids, I don't want that to be their reality anymore. Because I stopped accepting that reality in the sense that this is what we should be relegated to. But I embraced it too, because I know the powers that be are why it's fucked up like this. But now we have to be more conscious. And so that's the being in those spaces. Because I grew up in those dangerous spaces. So clearly I know what the fuck is up. But it was like, we got to do it for the babies. These fake niggas don't come down here. They just shoot their videos and make it look like they care. These niggas don't care about y'all. I do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where the work was for me. And we lost one student, man. He got stabbed in a park over there. And I was looking at his picture the other day, and I was like, I gotta do something for him. Because that killed me. You always lose people, but that killed me. So it's like we gotta take care of more of these babies, because he was so on his way. I think he was only 20, 19. And he had such a light in his eyes.
Damn.
So I want to keep seeing that. That's my fight. I want to see more people get through. I lost a few. Yeah, I feel like a doctor or some shit, but I lost a few. You hate when you lose them. So that's what's changed for me ultimately. You gonna get me glossy eyed, son.
It's all understandable. All right, let's talk about the music for a second.
But that's all positive. But I love.
Yes, it is.
I love these kids, man. So doing the boys and girls club shit, doing the stuff. We doing a lot of stuff, and we got to do more of it, man, because these babies need it. More art in the schools, more art outside of the schools, because with the pandemics and crazy shit, we need safe spaces for people to express themselves and not feel like they're going crazy. So hip hop can do that. Art can do that. So that's what I'm looking at too, and how to get the funding for them. No attachments.
So,
I just want what's best for them. I want what's best for everybody. The same blessings I wish for myself, if they adhere or intersect with what you desire, that's what I want for people. It's that simple. What you want for others should reflect what you want for yourself. And that's love, that's long life, that's health, that's beauty, that's servitude, that's inclusion. And we shine. God is good. So now to the music. Yes.
Yes. All right. One of my favorite songs from you was a song that you did with Glasses Malone and Chevy Jones.
Yeah.
Called Up and Down. And I put it on Twitter the other day because, I always go through songs that I've loved, throughout my
Shouts
time
out to
with the
Scott.
Bears.
Shouts out to Scotty Illuminati, Scott Storch. We got to do some more stuff. That was such a wonderful time, man. Yes, continue. I see it all clearly how it went down. So go ahead. That was fun in Miami. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask about the making of that song because that's one of my favorite songs. I love it. It should have been a rotation around all the nation.
Right. But we'll leave it there. Why wasn't it? But we'll leave it there because there were powers that be that didn't want me to come out, and that's fine. We won anyway because it still came out. I had to find a way to still get through because people will try to stop such a powerful blessing. And that's why I had to fight so much harder. Now, if I had some bullshit to put out, it would have came out. But I was really about upliftment. And my whole intention was to empower and to unify. And somebody like that can't be bought, that ain't going to go rogue, that ain't going to do no whole shit, that's not going to sell out. He's an issue to put in a powerful position. And so Up and Down is still a classic. I even wrote a part for Snoop, but me and Snoop didn't get to do that because that's when we started falling out. All the nonsense was going on. But why would I write a part for Snoop if I had issues with Snoop?
Yeah.
Listen to Up and Down again. That part was for Snoop.
Wow. But
yeah,
anyway, please.
It's so much history. That's why I'm
please
like,
tell me about the making of that song, though, because, that like I said, that's a classic to me. And I'd love to know how it was put together.
Yo, like me and Scott, shouts out to my old manager, Derek Jackson. We just have so much fun in the studio. That's why, like, me and Scott, like, we just have fun. It was ignorant, man. Like, he'd be at the piano or he'd be making beats and I'd just be in his zone and like, yo, that, I want that. And we just go. And I don't even remember when the Up and Down beat was crazy though. And I was like, give it. And I remember talking Glasses and coming down to Miami because I was trying to cheat code for him and force him on the song because it was very hard to get Scott Storch's production back then. Remember? Because he was the number one producer in the fucking universe. So I got direct access to the greatest Scott Storch beats. And I'm trying to put Glasses in a position of power. If he's on my first single and it's Scott Storch produced, here's an opportunity for him as well as Chevy. So that's all I was looking at. And that was really what it was. I got Glasses to the front of the line to get on the Scott joint. That's what I did. That was out of love. Other than that, I should have been a selfish nigga, right? And just been like, yo, let me call 50. Let me call so-and-so and be a dick rider. No, I want to put on new niggas. 50 already good. I go see them at This Is 50 or go down to video shoots. He good. He giving me game here and there. I'm learning, I'm watching. When he'd be across the street from Interscope at the other studio by the post office over there in Santa Monica, go over there quietly and see him. We plotting. So my thing was global domination with the positioning to give everybody an opportunity to shine. Not signing nobody no fucked up deals, but real great deals, and you go do your thing. That was the whole mission behind that again with the Scott Storch. Shouts out to Pooh. Pooh used to be over there. That's how we did so many dope songs. Like, yo, it was fun down there. It was fun down there in Miami. I remember that's when Rick Ross was first coming out. That's when they won that first championship down there when Shaq went down there to where the fuck was Miami? He at? Yeah, it was weird seeing it. We in South Beach. I'm like, yo, that's still LA. Fuck that. But it was dope experiencing South Beach, being in the studio, seeing all these things occur. Meeting MC Hammer, and I dropped my phone. I jumped out the car like a little brizzle. I was like, it's Hammer. I had to go back. I'm leaving the studio and I fucking see MC Hammer. No, I'm running out the car. I dropped my phone. I ran up on him crazy. I said, you MC Hammer. And I'm so gracious that nigga didn't try to punch me. You know, he's like, yeah. You know what I mean? He was Hammer's one of my favorite dudes. I got to meet Heavy D. and I fanned out and I hugged him. I hug everybody. That's a hero of mine. It scares the shit out of him. It's like, no, I don't mean nothing by it. But thank you. It's fucking heavy D. So them kind of moments, that's what was happening in South Beach. Or I'd see above us was Baby, Lil Wayne, Manny Fresh, Gilly the Kid, everybody be upstairs. So upstairs is Cash Money. So I'd see them every day. There was some other homies that was their security that was from home and shit. It was fun, man, but everybody would be there. It was just the energy. And then Timberland would be over here in the studio over here. So I see Timberland every day. Then when Timberland and Scott got into it, it got real weird. That's another story. That's only for me. But it was just a lot of trying to fit myself into them Lamborghinis and Ferraris with Scott just was not the move for me. I was too big. That shit just didn't feel right. But it was he had a different car for every day of the month for about a month and a half before I saw him.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I see some shit. But it's been a blessing, man. I mean, I got to hang with Hulk Hogan, my hero Hulk Hogan, when they were working on Brooke Hogan's album. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I forgot all about that.
I got to hang with the Hulkster for about probably a month in the studio almost every other day. And he was telling me all the stories.
With, that Pooh Bear producer, correct?
That's my man, Pooh Bear. Yeah, we was doing a gang of songs together. So it's like, I got to hang with Hulk Hogan. And he told me the whole come up with him at the WWF back then, when it was the WWF. You know what I'm saying? Like he told me about how him and George Foreman had the same agent and that he was supposed to have the Foreman grill originally, but he had to go pick up his daughter from school. So he missed the call. He said, I'd rather be a good parent than have done that instead. So I took the Hulk blender or the Hulk shake instead. But imagine that. But Hulk Hogan was telling me about the importance of family and just what it is of how he came through the WWF. And he said, you being signed with Dre is like me with Vince McMahon at the time. You're in a very huge position. Like it's Hulk. Like that shit. I got to hang with, man, I was hanging out with Salam Remy. It was just fun, man. The guy who patented the spacesuit, Cecil Barker, Google him. I was hanging out with Cecil Barker. So I've seen too much to limit my scope and limit my self-worth when I've seen other men do so much more. And so that's what those times afforded down there. I can't remember all the fly people I met, man. I met a lot of heavy cats down there.
That's crazy. Chad, you had a song that you wanted to ask him about.
You touched on it a little bit earlier. And it's one of my favorite songs that you did is the song Grow Up.
I'm happy y'all got a favorite. Word.
Yeah, oh, of course. I mean, for a multitude of reasons. One, I just think it's a great song. First and foremost, I'm a fan first before I'm a journalist. And secondly, and I just got to give you props. I mean, you were talking about giving people opportunities and helping put them on. I mean, that song, me writing that, I wrote a review of that song for Billboard and I shared that with you. And that definitely was one of the first times that an artist had reached back out to me and helped give me some individual shine and recognition. And so I'm forever grateful to you for that.
Thank you, brother.
Well, of course, thank you. I wouldn't, honestly, Styles, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now if it wasn't for this man that we're talking to.
Oh shit! Now you're gonna make me cry. Stop it.
What's
the
story about? Because you kind of leaked that song to radio, correct? What's the story behind all of that?
Now I can say it. Dre was like, "Your buzz is huge." He's like, "I think it's almost time." 50 had called me. Shouts out to 50 Cent. I was just watching Nutty Professor, so forgive my Eddie Murphy smile, because this is when you go to the ignorance. 50 said, yo, the only way it's gonna happen is if you leak it, because they're not gonna move. We also knew some inside things that I can't talk about, but that's the only way anything would get released, especially in my predicament, because I was doing everything for the right reasons, and that ruffled a lot of the wrong feathers, especially when I wouldn't go along with people's secret agendas or their nonsense. You cannot make me turn to evil. You cannot make me do no whole shit. And that had nothing to do with Dre. People always get shit fucked up. It was bigger than that. And that's why it was fucked up when it started going left, because they don't even know me and Dude's relationship. That's pure love. That's my big bro. Business is what fucks shit up, and outsiders that be jealous of relationships. Our shit is 100% pure. So leaked it. that shit blew.
Mm-hmm.
It was a whole nother ball game inside the meetings, gentlemen. But yeah, we won. And then they wanted to cease and desist it. And every time they cease and desist it, they bring it back. Then they had to threaten to sue DJs. Shouts out to all the DJs that kept playing this shit anyway. And that sent such a message to their ass in Interscope that this is a real fucking movement. That was the only song that I ever got a standing ovation at Power 106 went. Talib Kweli was there, Strong Arm Steady, Felly Fell, E-Man. I don't remember who else was there. Bless all them, but they were there present. I went last. Me and Edgar Sanchez, shouts out to Edgar Sanchez, went up to Power, played Grow Up. I had never, them niggas, I didn't know if they was gonna like it or not, because they used to, gangster shit. We trying to do something different for the West Coast. Grow Up, come on, and that room melts, and then they stand up and give me a standing ovation. I swear to God, as we're leaving, it's already on the air, world premiere. No money. Now imagine this song went big with no budget behind it, no promotional money,
no payolas,
what business, yep. what label in the fucking world would pass up an opportunity like that? And that's where we leave it. God is good all the time.
And I gotta give a quick shout out to my man.
Yeah. Imagine if that never came out.
Yeah. And I gotta give a quick shout out to my man Chuck Taylor over at Billboard for allowing me to publish that review.
Shouts out to Chuck.
Because I had to do, understandably from his vantage point, I had to convince him and be like, hey, this is an underground artist who's about to blow. This hasn't been formally shipped to radio yet. But like, I'm telling you, like, this record is hot. And he's like, all right, Shad, if you want to roll with it, roll with it. And I was like, amen, let's do it. So
and that's how great things happen. So thank you. And that thing is a classic forever. It's one of those moments in hip hop history that always be remembered because the intention was pure. And so when I started to run into people and they go, this saved me from wanting to commit suicide, or this saved me to get through graduating from college or graduating from high school, or this got me through someone having cancer or whatever, death, I won. Mm-hmm. And people are always going to have to grow up. And so that's a really special moment for me and Dre, Mark Batson, Focus, everybody involved in that, just like hallelujah. Because these are moments when Dre was really uncomfortable. He really wasn't into the spiritual shit, and he trusted me big. And that's why it's like, yo, niggas don't know the risk he take for me and how real it is. So when niggas want to say this and that, it's like, whatever, y'all niggas don't know this nigga. Trust. This is a whole different get down. But that brother allowed me to go, all right, I'm kind of uncomfortable with this, but let's do it. And so with the hallelujah shit, we bring it in the choir. Shouts out to Mike Anthony, my boy Marcel, aka Paris. And we did something that will forever be. And we got more to do, but it was just taking those kind of risks where he would trust me, because I definitely made Dre uncomfortable. I did a lot of crazy shit. Wow. But it was supposed to be.
I remember Wendy Williams giving it props.
Yo, shouts out to Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams, man.
Yo, that's where I met Charlemagne. Shouts out to Charlemagne. We just reconnected recently. But connecting with Charlemagne at the Wendy Williams thing, like, I connected him then with a lot of West Coast artists, because Charlemagne had the sensibility to go, y'all doing it out there, and I really want to open up people's eyes out here and get connected with the West Coast. And so that's what would birth everything that's now with the Breakfast Club, with the support with a lot of West Coast artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, so salute to Charlemagne. Like, all this took place because of taking those kind of risks. Pretty much all of them calculated. Some shit was knee jerk, but calculated risk, because I had to sit back and go, what is this worth for me? Is this short term or is this a long game? And I play long games. I don't do short term shit. My vision required that if need be, I'd have to go hide in the swamp like Yoda until the rest of the Jedi were born, so we can.
Yeah, you've jumped on a lot of grenades for other people to live. It's that's what I get from it.
That's what it is. That's just like being a parent, man. It's a thankless job at first, because the children have to grow up and see the sacrifices that you're making for them, just like seeing my mother. You know what I'm saying? And so sacrifice is a huge part of love, and it's very uncomfortable, because it'll come in moments when you don't want to do that, but you weigh it in your head and say, if I don't, I'm a bitch ass nigga. If I don't, I'm a hypocrite. If I don't, they win. Nah, man, we got to do more good. And so for me, jump on all the hand grenades you got to. As long as God is present and your intentions are right, let's go. And here we are. And so for me to have the respect and the love just in this interview and just what I see in my life as a result of it, it's a huge success. Because for me, an exhibit to still be family, and you see my post with this guy, we always talking shit. He don't even get to finish a ring and he answer, and I'm like, hey, ugly, hey, coon face. And that's the way we talk. Like, it's nonsense. That's why, like even yesterday when I posted for his birthday, fucking Instagram was like, that's hate. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It ain't hate. That's how we talk to each other. It's love. But that's the relationships. Focus, Dre, whoever it is, it's love. Quick, Battle Cat, Maestro. I'm not associates with most of these guys you see me with. It's love. It's real family. It's a real family bond. I could do music with anybody and everybody. If I don't feel you, if I don't respect you, if I don't love you, like, yo, I'm not fucking with you, because it's gonna be some nonsense. I'm not in it for attention. Sure. I'm in it for something long lasting, sustaining, that is art, and that's something that is forever, and that people can play, and in that moment it's instant joy. That's what we after if we're gonna do this right. Instant joy. Yeah.
Before we get into what you're working on now, because I want to jump into that.
That'll be part 2. Let's just talk about Shaw and me, and then we'll do part 2, because that's a lot.
Sure? Are you sure? Because I want to promote what you're working on, brother.
But I want to promote Shaw, and I want to promote the energy that's necessary again.
All right. Because my personal question to you is,
okay, yes sir.
Will we ever see you reunite with Glasses Malone and Mike Stroh and some of the cats from back in the day on a track again?
It's already done. That's already been done a couple of times.
Really?
Hercules.
Oh, wow.
You got to go back and look at my Instagram some months ago. Like, I've been pulling in all the juggernauts from every. Glasses came through and laid some shit ridiculous. It's a song in particular that we was talking to Vince Staples on the phone about too. Shouts out to Vince Staples. Vince Staples is remarkable. I've been a fan and a follower of his stuff since he came on the scene, and I think he'll be dope on that song too. I love Buddy. It's a lot of new guys. Like I said, I always love paying attention to the next generations. That was my thing even then. I'm always looking ahead. It's never been about me. It's about we. I always turn that M around to a W. It's we. So for me, that's where it's at. And going to get my big homie Chase Infinite, getting Khalil, getting Charlie Tuna, getting Medusa, getting Hutch from Above the Law, getting the Mexicans. Shouts out to Iron Man and my brother Sinful. We got some lovely shit. It's so many incredible individuals, and I'm Chatty-O from Crew. I'm just getting all my heroes, man. I'm doing stuff with everybody that I love, and we getting to reconnect, and we healing, and where there was misunderstandings, that's all it was. If it's really real and it's love, then we come back together in a time when it's needed. So Mr. Penny, man, Glasses, we already did something really dope together. And
what about Stroh?
Come on, dog. Mike Stroh is forever. Mr. Gilliam is on an incredible song called The Potion. Produced by Sir Veterano. It's me, Mike Stroh, and In Death. Our Team America shit, because there's a Team America 2 coming too.
Nice.
It's a bunch of ignorant shit. Yeah,
that's good, man. That warms my heart. You know what I'm saying? To see that, because all
I care about is that if we had a misunderstanding, we dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? And we were kids. People never look back and go, when you're a teenager or in your 20s in this music business, they don't realize we were just kids. And so you can make mistakes. You can jump the gun. Insecurity is real no matter what age you are. Hearsay, gossip can fuck with you. Ego is the poison always. So when you dispel all that and you just see your brothers and your sisters, all you want is the hip hop shit to keep going. That's all I care about. So working with Chill, working with MC8, working with the Alcoholics, so they started me, seeing Tila, Montage, whoever, everybody. I'm looking for ISIS. I'm looking for Brother J. Lin Q. See Lin Q. Mia X. It's so many. I gotta reach out to Master P. It's just fun to put MCs. I gotta get Manny Fresh for something. I didn't know Manny Freezy for a while. Juvie, B Jizzle, like me and E40 been talking all the time, and finally gonna do something for that album. Finally got Ant Banks on deck. Been talking to Ant Banks. getting Mac Mall. We gonna have some fun, man. I'm just getting all my heroes. I got KD for the album, Threat. I gotta it's just fun, man. My heroes. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go.
Yeah, that's the big homie right
my
there.
my bro, Mr. Fab. Gotta go see Too Short finally. I got my little bro Compton Menace on there. My big bro Michael Myers. Razcast, my big bro Raz. Gotta get crooked on something. That's easy. That's just kicking bodies. That's it's the usual suspects.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun. That's why I said that's a whole nother conversation of what Just Don't Die is about and what it really is meant for. So like that's a separate interview. But I just wanted to make sure
we can
go
ahead and save that for something else.
You got to, so it can be right.
Yeah.
I can give you little snippets and taste. So we can do it real dope. Because it's I even got Denise Williams on this album, man. Like it's getting real special for me. I got Chuck D on this album, man. Shouts out to the big homie Chuck D.
From Public?
Yes, sir. Yes,
wow.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
I'm telling you, like this for me, single-handedly is the greatest time in my life for creating music and what I've been able to achieve. For the people I've been able to sit in the room with and the people who answer my phone calls.
Yeah.
And the dope shit that we're doing. And that's what's most exciting to me.
Yeah.
It's the unity and the outcome of what we can create when the intentions are to uplift the people, to figure out ways to create solutions and support, and above all else, income. If we can figure out ways to get through the times that are coming, people forget. I forget what that thing is called, but they lift that eviction thing. I forget how to say it. That thingamajig. In the times of this, where people can't pay their bills because they're unemployed, there's going to be more homeless. There's going to be more people in horrible crunches. So let's try to think of ways to galvanize through the community of music, and how to create relief and create ways to raise money. We can do it. So that's the shit I'm looking at. And collaborating with a lot of different brothers, even the big homie Egon and the big homie Otis, aka Madlib. It's some awesome shit coming, man, because I still got to do Mad Bishop. I've been sitting on Mad Bishop for a while with Madlib, like cooking that, because it's beats and beats, but it's new shit too. So it's just a lot of fun, man. That's all I'm looking at. But it's a lot of great stuff to do. My bro Mecca over at Viper Records. It's a lot of ways to create some great opportunities for everybody, and that is the lasting thing for me. It's about purpose and legacy. It's not about being famous or being the dopest rapper. I've been that. I'm the greatest of all time, ever will be. I can say that. I don't care. But for me, the greatest work is servitude, and seeing how many lives we can change, how many blessings can you accomplish before you close your eyes for that final time. And whatever happens, you go see the maker. But until that point, how much good, how much purpose can you give to the world unselfishly? That's the real gift. That's the real goal for people if they haven't seen it yet. It's too much divide. It's this and this and that. But where is the unity? Where is the overstanding? Where is the patience with each other? And so that's what has to be demonstrated and expressed in a way that only hip hop can do it. And that's what we're about to do. So that'll be part two.
Part two.
Just don't die. Just don't die.
Yeah, I have one other kind of light question to end it on regarding the music. And I think I know the answer to this, but I imagine there's a story.
He said light. Man, ask whatever you want, brother. It's us.
Whose idea was it to put the acronym GDNIFAT after the Reformation album title?
A fan that I met at, I think it was In and Out on Venice. I think we was heading into Culver City. It's the In and Out over there on Venice. I think that's the right street. And a fan recognized me. And nigga said, "Oh shit!" And he started abusing me verbally. Like I was holding back the album on purpose after all this shit at Aftermath. And he's like, "Yo, what you doing?" And I felt his energy though. I loved it because I didn't think, I never think about fame or I'm famous and none of that nonsense that ain't real. So I never think about people seeing me. I'm just me. He was like, "Yo, when's it coming out?" And I said, "Yo, it's almost done." He said, "God damn, nigga, it's about fucking time." And I said, because he was so happy. Like that nigga calmed down. I was like, goddamn, nigga, it's about fucking time. I was like, okay, nigga, for sure. Goddamn, nigga, it's about fucking time. And that's how it happened. Everything is pretty much a instrument of what life gives us. That's how I like to work. I don't like to try and make nothing contrived. It's what happens in our real life, so they're gonna have the most impact. And that's why I had to put that shit at the bottom, because that shit was funny. That nigga was wilding.
It was.
Bless that man.
Well, I saw that, and it took me a second, and I was like, then it clicked, and then just given your, our exchange during this interview, and with the Eddie Murphy smile, I was like, oh, I bet Bishop thought of that, but no, I was wrong. The fan did, so that's what's up.
Man, the fans always bless it. I just made the shit like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, yo, this nigga wilding. Okay, I love that energy because like it was all love. Like he didn't mean no harm, but he was frustrated for me, and I always felt the fans' frustration, and I would never lie to them. So I was like, yo, you just gotta like trust, because they ain't ready for that real. I don't want them to feel that certain people are enemies because that's how they have to do the business. People choose their sides because they think they're right, even if it's wrong. So I don't want people to ever get that wrong. Truly, this life is a game, and so you have to win it. But if you have to sell out or sacrifice your soul or your morals or what you believe in, don't do it. And so that's what it's always been for me. So we're here to shine. We're here to see everybody shine brighter. And that's the mission for me. And that's what's most fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a dream, man, to be here and to keep meeting my heroes and be included in the conversation finally properly. You know what I'm saying? Like word, it's just getting fun.
Well, I'm sure I speak for all of West Coast Styles when I say, well, we're honored that you are including us in your conversations. And, that you always have an open invitation with us. We definitely look forward to part 2 of this interview. This has been an epic conversation as is. And I mean, we're just getting started. And so, yeah, man, is Styles, is there anything else you want to add or ask Bishop before we?
Yeah, brother, you got anything else to ask?
Yeah.
Because my food then got cold that my wife made me. Okay, well.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, brother.
No, brother, bless me. It's a joy to have you in front of me. I'm loving seeing you in good health. I'm praying. You know what it is. I'm always praying for you. That's why I'm like, baby, we got things to do. Keep going. We got greater purpose. So this is a gift for me to see you and put this energy on you and give you my love directly.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for every moment.
That's
brother.
one thing that you do, and I do appreciate that. And I'm not gonna go ahead and say what you do, but it's what you do is a blessing, and I appreciate it. So
I love you, brother.
Yeah. No, you know what? I think we've gone a good while, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll wait for part 2.
I told you it's gonna be longer. he's like it's just gonna be 33, 45. I'm like, nah, it's gonna be longer than that.
Yeah.
We got a lot of catching up to do. It's great energy. So yeah, man, let's do part 2. It's always a gift. I appreciate you, Shad. Love you much.
Oh, likewise.
Keep shining. So proud of what y'all have done from the start, what you're doing now, what we're about to do.
Yeah, we're just trying to continue. We're just trying to continue what I did at West Coast Riders. That's why we just do part 2s. That's why we call it the part 2. We're trying to put the West on, like always. The
West is on, brother. You did that. So now this is the next chapter, and so there's more to achieve, and just make sure this time you bless yourself. See what I mean? You always put others before yourself. Same thing to you, Shad. Bless yourself at the same time. We're always sacrificing everything for others, but y'all deserve as much as these others get. So this time around, one of my other things is no man left behind. We must make sure everybody that's championed us is championed in the same regard, if not greater. And not roses only, but let's make y'all money. I can't put imaginary roses in my gas tank. I can't go to Vons or Food for Less and hand them niggas imaginary roses at the checkout counter. So let's bless more, man. That's it.
For sure.
So, thank y'all for the time, man.
Well, thank you.
All right, bro. Man, before we end off, can we get a shout out for West Coast Styles?
This is Bishop Lamont, and I'm so proud to represent for West Coast Styles on behalf of my brother Tim and my brother Shad. That's it. Message.
That's it. Message.
That's it. That's it.
All right, brother. You have yourself a wonderful evening. Message you and your family like always, and
Thank
we'll
you.
talk soon.
Yo, thank you for
Take care,
dealing with
brother.
me
Keep
on the
sending me the
reschedule.
music, man. I keep sending me that music. I'm always gonna put it up, brother. So
What's the last thing you got? Because it's a bunch of new. It's so much that I did some ill shit with Sky Zoo. Shouts out to my brother Sky Zoo. Yeah.
well, I get it when you put it on your Twitter. I usually get it from there, but you know,
I gotta email it to you directly. I'm sorry, because it either be Instagram or whatever the hell, however it's disseminated. But I got some stuff for you. I got some exclusives.
Well, yeah, I have your email now. So
Yes, you do.
If you have mine. So
Activate. Yes.
let's do it. Let's do it. All right, brother. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
Y'all too. Blessings, y'all.
Peace.
Yep. We'll talk again soon. Peace.
Bless up. Bless up.
Styles out.